Hello, and welcome back to the Garden of Grace Devotion. My name is Pastor Katie, and I am one of the pastors at Trinity Lutheran Church in Lilburn, Georgia. And this is my dog, Cinco. Cinco has appeared in Garden Devotions before. However, this is his first appearance in a little while. I brought Cinco with me today because over the past couple of weeks, Cinco and I have been on an adventure of sorts. Cinco and I have been learning how to help him walk well on a leash. We've had Cinco for about 10 months now. We've taught him to do a lot of different things like sit and lay down. He knows how to shake. He even knows how to high five, which was fun to teach. However, when it comes to walking on a leash, there has been a lot to learn. Until recently, when we have taken Cinco for a walk, he would have a harness on, and the leash would be attached to the harness. And at various times during the walk, we, the people walking him, may find ourselves holding on for dear life. If Cinco saw a cat or a squirrel or another dog walking on the other side of the street, he just knew that that was going to be his new best friend, and he had to meet them immediately. So he would want to run and say hello. And off we went, holding on to the leash. That was not going to work. Even though that has no doubt been an occasion for amusement for our neighbors, we decided it was time to get this leash situation under control. So we started working with a trainer. One of the first questions the trainer asked when we met with her was, how does he do walking on a leash? I did not hide it from her. I said, terribly. He does terribly walking on a leash. We are not walking him, he is walking us down the street very fast. And then she told me one of the most important pieces of information about teaching this dog to walk well on a leash. She told me, first and foremost, above all distractions, when we go for walks, Cinco's job is to follow me. She taught me that before I start walking with him, I should have him sit and then make eye contact with him. That moment reminds him that he's not a lone ranger going for a thrill ride. Rather, Cinco is in a walking relationship with me, and I will be guiding him. His job is to walk next to me. When he starts to wander or pull on the leash, I offer the command close and remind him to come close to me. If something super distracting comes along and he starts to pull on the leash and not listen, and he can't help himself, instead of going for a wild ride while holding the leash or struggling with him to get him to listen, in those moments, we stop. We stop and he sits. He sits for a moment until he calms down, makes eye contact with me, and then we are ready to go again. As long as he is focused on me, he doesn't seem to have much issue with listening and following. Interestingly, the trainer told me that when we are on a walk or training, that I cannot let him sniff around, because as soon as he starts to sniff around, it's over. He's too distracted, he can't pay attention. And we have to regroup again. We have to stop the sniffing, sit, make eye contact, and then begin again. Uh-oh, we have a FedEx delivery. Let's see how this goes. Come here, buddy. As I've been reflecting on this process of training Cinco for loose leash walking, I've been reminded of my daily walk with Christ. Good job, buddy. And how easy it is for me to get distracted, and how important it is for me to refocus on Jesus. There's a song along these lines. It's called Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. It was written by Helen Howard Lamell in 1918, and it has been translated into many languages around the world. No, good job, buddy. The refrain of the hymn offers both an invitation and a reminder. It reads, "Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look forth in his wonderful face, and the things on earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace." So true. When I turn my eyes upon Jesus, when I focus on God's presence leading and guiding me through each day, the things on earth do grow strangely dim. I'm less focused on earthly things, less easily frustrated. I am reoriented towards God in times of worship and prayer. Through exercise, meditation is another way, and fellowship with folks who encourage my walk with Christ. When I shift my gaze, though, away from God's leading and guiding, when I focus instead on the things that distract me, the things in the world around me, earthly treasures, the things that cause me strife, like my dog, it can be important for me to stop for a moment and refocus my attention on the one who is leading and guiding me. Also, like Cinco, the more I want to speed up, the more distracted I become, the more I want to chase after something, the more I actually need to slow down and refocus my attention on Christ, the one I seek to follow in life. Cinco and I are going to continue on our journey in loose leash training. And my husband is now home, so he is probably going to run up behind me and go see him. Go on, go see him. Go ahead. There are so many distractions in life for a dog and for a human. We are regularly invited to refocus our attention on the one who leads and guides us. Next time we find ourselves chasing our own tails, may we take the time to pause and recenter our gaze on Christ, the one who created us and the one who sustains us. Thanks be to God for the one who journeys with us always. May God's peace be with you today and always. Amen.